ask why I tagged you. Only because it was the first 21. Frustrations lead to miscommunications. Frustrations lead to miscommunications. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't have patience or you lack patience, you will always be found miscommunicated. Before I do these lives, just to be a little transparent, I always take time to meditate before I even come on here. So all of my words they're chosen very wisely. Frustrations lead to miscommunications. Don't ask why I tagged you. It was simply because you were the first 21. The next time I go live, it may be a different set of 21. I had a great vacation, and I was reminded, because we all know that iron sharpens iron, I was reminded that I wasn't so sharp. That dull vagueness that I lacked in that time where I should have had more than enough to fulfill my responsibilities. It just wasn't enough. I realized that being a parent, it is not a one-person job. Not to throw anybody in the dirt, of course. That is not why I'm doing this. So please forgive me for even from that vague communication. I do not mean any ill will or intent with my words. I only speak the truth. And that truth will always and forever be being a parent. It's not a one-person job. People may say and play that, oh yes, I'm independent. I can do it by myself. If that were really true, why are so many other areas in your life lacking? It's probably some children that are up right now. Where is the order? No child should be up at this hour. It's okay to admit that you can't do it by yourself. Life was not meant to be lived by yourself. Sharing a child with someone was not meant to be a solo endeavor. And again, if you scream at independence, there's no possible way that you can say that you have everything figured out with a child and you're not lacking some other area in your life. Maybe the dishes aren't all cleaned. Maybe your room isn't cleaned. Maybe you have dirty clothes. Maybe you have clothes that are clean but unfolded. And I may lose some ears, but that's okay. I'm only speaking the truth. And I do not want to cause any miscommunications because of frustrations. I am simply stating the facts. Being a parent is not a one-person job. Don't fool people and don't lead people to believe that they can do it themselves. That is an illusion. You cannot be a parent by yourself. You cannot be successful by yourself. Those things work hand in hand. With my words, I understand that I may anger people or that I may be miscommunicated. And I'm growing to accept that villain role, so to speak. Because even if I do try to get clarification, people may not think it be genuine. And that is their own miscommunication. They still have an open door, of course, but let's just say, if I hand you a hammer and I hand you a chisel, and I just walk away from you, and you figure out that you use the hammer and the chisel the best way that you can, and you've been doing it for the last 5 years. And I am going somewhere with this. So I hope people that just came in and tuned in and left, I hope they come back to see this. But let's say I give you a hammer and a chisel, and I walk away from you. I don't give you any type of guidance. I don't give you any type of direction as to how to use the tools that I have bestowed upon you. So then somebody comes back, or maybe even I say, hey, this isn't the proper way. You're using the hammer like a chisel, and you're using the chisel like a hammer. But then who would I be to come, or anybody, to come question or challenge something that you've believed for so long to be right and correct? You become frustrated. And now we have a miscommunication. How can anybody ever tell, or how can anyone ever learn from anyone if what they have been taught, or even if what they have been left with, were fragments of the truth? And yet here we are today, hurt, broken, ashamed, afraid, insecure, fleeting, and all for what? Guidance, correction.